What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with another New York Giants video. As always, guys and girls, thank you so much for clicking on the video and watching. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, Will Smith the hell out of that like button. It helps out the video more than you know. Also, Mike Tyson, the subscribe button, and make sure you ring the bell because you knocked that subscribe button out. Both are free and easy to do. They cost you absolutely nothing, and they got nothing to lose. But that way you'll know when I do another New York Giants video like this or go live for any live streams covering the Giants or talking about the Giants or the NBA or the Yankees or whatever. Hopefully you guys and girls will like and subscribe. And, of course, I do appreciate you watching. The media hates Daniel Jones. The media hates Daniel Jones. And I know people are thinking, oh, you hate Daniel Jones too. That's not true. One thing I love when people are critical of me for my opinion on Daniel Jones, and I'm critical on Daniel Jones for his performance. Isn't that a little hypocritical? Like, I critique what he does in the field and when I think that he doesn't do well and things he does do well and things he needs to get better at, but then people critique my opinion. So you're going to get on me for critiquing Jones, but you're going to critique me for my opinion. Anyway, I digress. Just thought I kind of find that amusing. Daniel Jeremiah is not a fan of Daniel Jones because these Baker Mayfield rumors are back here with the New York Giants. We heard about this about 3 weeks ago, before the draft, maybe a month ago. I still stand pat. It makes no sense. I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. I loved Baker Mayfield when he came out of Oklahoma. I said the only quarterback I want the Giants to draft in 2018 is Baker Mayfield. I don't want anybody else, not included Josh Allen. Yeah, I know it's a bad take. I have plenty of bad takes. Plenty. But regardless, bad takes or not, I'm here. I have good takes too, believe it or not. So anyway, I digress again. I love the Baker Mayfield. I said I want Baker Mayfield. The worst take I probably ever had was I said after Baker Mayfield's fantastic rookie season, I said Baker Mayfield's going to win the MVP in 2019. That was way off. Okay. But I thought Baker would be better. Baker has been inconsistent. Baker has had ups and downs. The one thing I loved about Baker Mayfield, and I still do, is his moxie. I feel like he's a leader. I feel like he wants to win. He's a gamer. He's tough as nails. I give him that. But he's inconsistent, and he's certainly never lived up to the hype or the number one overall pick in the draft. He hasn't. He hasn't been consistent enough. He hasn't won enough. He hasn't been healthy enough. There's been a lot of issues with Baker Mayfield. Daniel Jeremiah is saying, oh, he'd be the perfect fit for the Giants because he could come right in and compete for that job. He could win that job. Why would the Giants want to give him that job? First things first, Baker Mayfield, if he can't handle the media and the fans in Cleveland, how in the hell could he handle the New York media and the New York fans? We saw what the New York media and the fans did to Joe Judge last year. There's no way Baker survives New York if he fails here. No way. Ain't no way. He does not have the mentality to play in New York. He doesn't, which is the only concern I really had about him coming here in 2018 was that. It does not make any sense. Is he really better than Daniel Jones? I mean, I look at it now and I say, is he even better? I don't even think he's better than Daniel Jones. I really don't. Daniel Jones is in a horrible situation. Baker Mayfield's in a good situation, or he's in a better situation. I think if Daniel Jones on Cleveland, he'd put up at least Baker Mayfield numbers, if not better. Okay? Daniel Jones is another one. I killed that pick, but then I got on board and said, oh, I think Daniel Jones can be really good. It's another guy. I never thought he'd be an MVP, but I thought looking at his film and after his rookie season, oh, this guy's going to flourish. This guy could be a top 10, right around the top 10, Pro Bowl type quarterback. That looks to be wrong too. Now, both of those guys have opportunities in their career to become an MVP or a Pro Bowl quarterback. They're both still pretty young. But right now, they haven't lived up to that expectation anyway. Well, here's the big issue that I don't understand. Both Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones are in the same situation. They're both free agents at the end of the year. Daniel Jeremiah says, oh, well, the Giants didn't pick up the fifth-year option. It makes perfect sense for Baker Mayfield to come in here. How? If Baker Mayfield stinks, they move on from him. If Daniel Jones stinks, they move on from him. That's why they didn't pick up the fifth-year option for Daniel Jones, right? Because if he stinks this year, they haven't committed to him. The cap hit was also $22 million next year. Baker Mayfield's cap hit this year is $18 million. It's almost $10 million more. It might be $10 million more than Daniel Jones's is. Why would the Giants carry three quarterbacks to begin with? And they just signed Tyrod Taylor this offseason for a 2-year, $17 million deal. Where are the Giants coming up with this money? Because my recollection, they were looking to move James Bradbury not because he's not a good performer, but because they couldn't afford him. So where the hell are the Giants getting an extra $10 million They're bringing Baker Mayfield. And on top of that, why would they trade any assets for Baker Mayfield? I don't understand this. Yeah, I have bad takes. I completely admit that because I'm on here a lot. I'm going to get some right. I'm going to get some wrong. But what is this take by Daniel Jeremiah? Where are these Baker Mayfield rumors coming from? It makes no sense. None. The only feasible thing that makes sense here is this. If Joe Shane and Brian Daboll said, we have zero confidence in Daniel Jones, zero. We know he ain't going to be good. He don't fit what we do. We don't like his game. We don't like his attitude. He ain't a Giant. We're moving on from him regardless. We're moving on. We're not looking back. He's not a Giant. We don't care. We don't want him here. And they know that for a fact that they're not bringing him back next year. If you wanted to swap Daniel Jones for Baker Mayfield, because I also heard that Cleveland is looking to get rid of Baker Mayfield. Obviously, they got Deshaun Watson. They don't need Baker Mayfield. Supposedly, Cleveland's trying to find a way to pick up half of the cap hit, which would be $9 million. Okay? So, if you swap Jones for Mayfield, it's about $1 million more. That's nothing in NFL terms. And maybe the Giants say, we're going to take a look at Baker Mayfield. We're going to give him a tryout per se, a make or break season in 2022. And if he performs really well with the New York Giants, then maybe we have our future quarterback. So maybe they're just saying, you know what? Let's bring in Baker Mayfield here. And if he performs, then we can pay him as opposed to Daniel Jones. And if Baker Mayfield stinks, then we can just let him walk and we don't lose anything because we were going to let Daniel Jones walk anyway. That is the only thing, that's the only feasible thing that makes any sense to me when we talk about bringing Baker Mayfield to the New York Giants. Again, these are two guys that have not lived up to their pick in the draft. Daniel Jones was not hyped up as a top 10 pick. Okay, the Giants did that to him. Baker Mayfield was not really hyped up as the number one overall pick, but he was definitely a Heisman Trophy winner. Played a great game in the Rose Bowl against Georgia in a tough loss. I mean, they were in the playoffs all the time. They were winning Big 12 championships. Like, Baker Mayfield had accolades coming out of college. Daniel Jones didn't. Baker Mayfield played for Oklahoma. Daniel Jones played for Duke. So they had different ends of the spectrum coming out of college as far as accomplishments went. So there was much more expected of Baker Mayfield than Daniel Jones, if they would have been drafted probably where they should have been. I mean, I think anybody would say Daniel Jones is a reach at 6 at this point, okay? But, again, man, you know, I just don't understand. I don't know why the Giants bring in Baker Mayfield. To me, just let Daniel Jones play the season out, please. If he's good, then we cross that bridge when we come to it, right? If he's bad, then you move on. But the Baker Mayfield experiment, why these rumors are coming around here again, I just don't get it. I don't know what Cleveland would want for Baker Mayfield. And like I said, unless you're just swapping quarterback for quarterback, Tyrod Taylor was the backup for Baker Mayfield. Baker had a good year when Tyrod was there. That was Baker's rookie season when he set the rookie touchdown passing record. Maybe they want to reunite those two guys. I don't know, because I don't know what Shane and Daboll have in store for us. And I don't know what their vision is. Maybe Baker is part of their vision as opposed to Daniel Jones. To me, it doesn't make sense. Just leave Daniel Jones here. Let him play out the 22 season. Let's see where we're at the end of the year. That's it. So, anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys and girls watching. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Baker Mayfield and the Giants, is it a good idea? Is it nonsense? Is there a quarterback you think could come in here and play in 2023? Or is the future quarterback of the New York Giants that's in the NFL right now? Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Bad Diggy Dizzle, gone. Peace.